You're listening to alltalkradio.net.
The following program may contain language of an adult nature. Listener discretion is advised.
Views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
You're looking for the knight in shining armor, the one that you adore with someone who will love you. You don't want your dreams to face reality, because love comes in many mysteries. You're looking for love in wrong places. Every love you find, you can't seem to embrace it. You need to take your time and learn about your partner. You're taking the leap, but then he hurts you. Now's the time to make a change. You're throwing his looks, but you really need to conversate. Talk about your dislikes, about what you like, and about what he likes. That's right. You gotta expect a lot of kisses. You never really know that you could be his next princess. Yeah, take your time.
Welcome to the I Hate 'Em But I Date 'Em show with Lauren Jennifer Gates. We are here on alltalkradio.net live today. If you click on Ustream, if you're just listening, just click on Ustream and you can watch us live. And you really should, because we have two hot pieces of ass on the show today. One is Jonathan Seti, women first, and this is Holly Kapsalis. Kapsalis, I got it.
A little late now, isn't it?
I know, women first.
Women first.
Look,
Yeah, just a little bit.
Cut. Today, let me take these goofy things off. Unless we have a caller. If you want to call, you can call us anytime between now and 4:45 or 4:55 Pacific Coast Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's at 702-605-0498. Today I have special guests, and the reason why I say that is because we're going to touch upon a lot of things. They're not just celebrity makeup artists and hairstylists, which is really outrageous. They did my hair and makeup today, which I love. I don't know if you like it. I hope you do, but I love it.
I hope you guys do too.
Yeah, they only spent 10 hours trying to make me look pretty. No, but it was a great experience, and I really thank them both for being on the show. Thank you so much, both of you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And the reason I wanted them today, not just that they're celebrity artists, but we want to touch on some subjects today about bullying and, you good? Okay, about bullying and things like that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I've got something in my eye, not very professional. So what I want to ask you guys from the start is, how did you get into this business?
Well, I guess I'll start.
Okay.
I have always been really interested in the beauty industry, hair and makeup. I've been doing it since I was little, not officially. I went to college straight out of high school and decided to pursue that route, and I came right back to it.
Is that what when you went to college? Yes. What did you go to college for?
I got my bachelor's in psychology and my master's in education, so completely.
Yes.
So she's not only beautiful, but she's smart.
She does have a master's.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
Wow.
And I decided that I was not completely fulfilled with that, and I went back to the hair and makeup, and I love it. It was the best decision I've ever made.
Artistic side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's always been with me, but I am able to really pursue it now, so I'm very lucky.
That's fantastic, really. And then how about you, Jonathan?
I actually have pretty much been in the artistic family for my entire life. My father was an animator, so I've been drawing since I was young, but there was a movie called Amadeus, which hopefully some of you have seen.
I'm sure they have.
And there was aging makeup done in there by the legendary Dick Smith, and that's what made me realize that you can change somebody's face and facial features. So I was very interested in special effects in horror movies and things like that growing up. It wasn't until my athletic career was over that I realized that I needed to do something else, and I went into property management, and I gave all that up and decided to go back to what I really wanted to do, which was special effects and beauty makeup and all that stuff.
Now, interesting for a guy, did you get made fun of at all for that? Because normally, the norm is that if you do makeup, as a matter of fact, my roommate, who you know, who's Larry, said, "Oh, is he gay?" I said, "No, you're gay, but he's not gay."
That's actually that's a stereotype that
Exactly.
has followed me around this entire time. But if I didn't have thick skin, then it obviously wouldn't have. I wouldn't have lasted in this industry. I mean, the first thing people see and the first thing that people say to me when they first meet me is, "Oh, you don't seem gay."
Right. Unbelievable. It just shows how ignorant, really.
I'm not.
People
But the
are.
fact of the matter is, there aren't many straight makeup artists. The thing is that I started in special effects, and then I started going into beauty afterwards.
Okay.
So there's
that special
always the avenue of doing beauty and special effects. But when you do beauty as a straight man, people immediately think you're gay.
Exactly. Have you seen the movie FX, by the way, off the cuff? FX, it's an older movie. Watch it. It's really cool. It's
Okay.
about special effects.
Oh,
FX,
okay.
yeah.
I
It's
saw
really
it.
cool.
It was good.
Did you see? Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
Who was in that? I forgot.
Oh, now you're going to question me and
What's
who the
his
hell
name?
was it?
I know. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have like a hair in my eye. Okay, my question to both of you, whoever wants to answer this, is I'm sure viewers want to know, like, what are the biggest names of some people you've worked with?
Just basically starts off. I mean, it started off. I think the first celebrity I ever worked on was Mario Batali. I remember that one. It was a small little show up in Canada, and I did that one. And since then, I mean, it's grown to the likes of Robert De Niro, Rihanna, Scarlett Johansson.
Sorry.
Michael
I love
Douglas.
Scarlett Johansson. She's already absolutely stunningly beautiful.
A lot of political figures that I will not talk about because
Right.
Obviously that's not something that we
don't want
necessarily
people hating us
we
right
don't
now.
want people hating us just
Right.
because it is a payday. So it's a job. Essentially, it's a job, and
Yeah.
some people do jobs that they don't necessarily want to do and so
Right.
forth. But
Do you have any stories for us about maybe one of the most biggest diva? You don't have to say names.
biggest diva.
That would be Lauren.
Biggest diva.
That
I
would
can.
be
We
me.
just worked on her.
That would be me.
I would say you're right up there. You are right up there.
Am I
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
That's
you're
awesome.
right up there.
Tell the viewers why.
She would not sit still, as you can tell
Wait,
right
what are
now.
you
She doesn't
talking about?
sit still. I think she's completely ADD, but that's another subject.
Oh, really? I would.
You agree with me? I
Wait
mean,
a
this
minute,
isn't
wait
this
a
isn't the
minute.
first time I met her, but at the same time, I know she's completely ADD.
I totally
When you
agree.
tell her to open her eyes, she closes her eyes. When you tell her to close her eyes, she opens her eyes. When you tell her not
No,
to
that's
speak,
dyslexic. Dyslexic. That's
What's on
dyslexic.
your mind?
No, you know what's really funny? Have you seen any of the shows where my friend says ADD girl?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's my name. Oh, no wonder.
no, I just think you're ADD because I just did your makeup. So it's pretty
So I'm a
evident
diva?
to see.
Am I a diva?
I think you're diva. You're not the biggest diva I've ever seen.
That's what I put up on the Facebook.
Diva?
I said you're such a diva.
The biggest
But I'm a
diva.
sweet diva.
The biggest diva
Yeah.
I think I ever worked on. I won't say names because
Okay.
I just
You
won't.
can,
but
but
we were
yeah.
actually here in Las Vegas and shooting
Oh.
in Las Vegas, and we were shooting in a household. And this one person
Someone who
was
lives in
here,
Vegas?
not anymore.
Oh.
They
so not
did.
Celine Dion then.
No, it's
I
not
love
Celine
her.
Dion, but I have
Okay.
worked on Celine
I
Dion.
love her. Best voice in the planet.
So essentially, this was a shoot that was supposed to take place at about 9, 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday night.
Wow.
And sure enough, this girl wanted San Pellegrino water.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
but
not
she
so
didn't.
bad.
No, but she didn't say it. Normally celebrities have riders, and
Right.
they'll give you the rider, and you know what they need in their dressing room and things like that and
Okay,
so forth.
but she told you last
There
minute?
was no rider, and it's not a matter of telling me. It was telling the people that they were
Right.
there because Fiji water wasn't good enough or Perrier wasn't good enough.
Oh.
That she had to have San Pellegrino.
pretty bad.
And again, this is 10 o'clock on a Sunday night in Vegas. Where are you going to find San Pellegrino
Right.
short of going to a club on the strip and finding it?
Right.
So needless to say,
Wow.
we didn't start shooting this until about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I
Because
understand
of that? Wait,
Because
of the
she
water?
refused to get into
But
makeup.
that's 5 hours later.
I know,
It took
she
5 hours
refused
to get to
to
San Pellegrino.
Apparently,
water?
it's harder to find than you think it is.
5 hours?
But I agree with that.
It's a Sunday night at 10 o'clock.
If I'm not somewhere and I don't have my 7-Eleven water, I
Just
won't
not
do
functioning.
That's what I'm saying. What happened to the Arrowhead and the Dasani and stuff like that?
Arrowhead
Why do you
sucks.
need San Pellegrino?
We
All of a sudden you
talk
become
about
famous
water.
and you need San
That
Pellegrino.
shit's good. That Fiji stuff is good.
Because it's hard to
Sparklets, by
find.
the way, Sparklets, my guy, Brian. Hello, Brian. I'll tell him that I gave him a shout. It's the best water ever. I
And-
get that
and
big
Fiji?
thing. Yep, Fiji's
Because I'm
good.
drinking Fiji
That is
right
my
now.
Yes,
favorite water.
yes. Is
So
it
I guess
really?
I'm not a diva.
Oh, you should try Sparklets. So they deliver it to you and everything.
It's not San Pellegrino, though.
Well, I'll
we
get
know
there.
you
I'll
wouldn't
get
get
there
into
one
makeup
day.
if you didn't have your San Pellegrino.
One day.
Oh, wait a minute. We have another diva
It was
here.
me. It was
The
about
diva
me.
team. I love it. And then what are some stories? You guys, either one of you have any stories about okay, so that's the biggest diva. Do you have any, somebody who's a big pain in the ass? Besides me.
A big pain in the ass? It all depends. If you're working on a movie or a television show, anybody that you're going to work with is eventually going to become
Really?
a pain in the ass. And the reason for that is because we're bartenders. You know, we essentially see them all the time. You know,
Okay,
they come in
yeah.
the morning, you know, they come in the afternoon, they come in the evening. We're the ones putting it on, taking it off, doing all that stuff. So essentially, we see them more than anybody. So when they
Wow.
get into the trailer environment, we essentially become bartenders.
Okay.
So if they have an issue or they have a problem, it's going to come out in the makeup trailer. And it's not necessarily aimed towards us. I've never had anything aimed towards me, which, you know, was something that I would get offended by because I knew where it stemmed from.
Right.
You know,
They become very comfortable with you too. I think in that
Do they tell you
sense,
their
too.
personal stories?
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
I mean, first day they will, but then
fishing.
the more
Like-
comfortable they get, the more they're going to ask from you, the more they're going to expect from you. So
Right. Oh, that's interesting. Here's a good question because you're the hairstylist, you're the makeup artist.
she's a makeup artist as well.
Yeah. Oh, you are too.
I just specialize in hair.
Do you guys work together then, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
You
do.
we do.
Do you have a website or anything, or
We are working
wanna-
on our current website right now for her and I. We do work together as a
tell them
team.
what it is?
Right now, it's going to be redhairandmakeupartistry.com.
Why red?
Because it just so happens that Holly obviously has red hair.
Which I love.
She just coincidentally enough happens to have a red microphone rabbit
And
on
And
there.
red lips.
And
See?
red walls,
and we have a red
behind
background.
red lips.
Yeah.
And
we
red
actually,
and red. Never mind.
And we actually the first
Don't go
job
there.
the first
You don't
job
know. They don't need to know
I don't
that.
know.
They don't need to know
Exactly.
that.
the first job we worked on was actually a movie that had red in the title. So that's just
Okay.
one of the things.
What
that
was the
her and I
movie?
have called The Red Man.
And that's how you met?
That's no, we met earlier than that. That was the first project we actually second project we worked
You guys
on.
should
Yes.
date. I mean, you're so cute. You should date each other. But I know you don't want to do that because you don't want to mix business with pleasure, right? But so
Right.
what other? Okay, so you guys work together, which is great. So they can go to that site. When is that site going to be up?
Probably in a
together?
couple weeks. It'll be
Couple
done.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else do you guys do besides this? Do you do anything else, or do you have any projects going on, or anything like that?
Actually, I have a project going on that's been kind of going on for the past 3 years, and it actually has to do with something that you touched on earlier, which was bullying.
Ooh. Okay.
And bullying becoming such
Bullying.
a big deal nowadays, especially in this environment. When we were younger, when I was a kid, and you got bullied on the playground, and you basically just fought, and that was it. But
Right. Yeah.
Nowadays, you have social media, and you have these kids that are essentially looking at magazines and looking at stuff that we do. Unfortunately, what Holly and I do, like some of the
Right.
stuff that you see on the covers of
Having to
Cosmo
be
and
perfect.
having to be perfect.
Right.
And so you have a young girl who may be 14, 15 years old that's getting made fun of because they don't think she's as
Pretty.
beautiful as the other girls who are
Right.
this and that.
Which
Or
essentially is not true because they don't really know what beauty is.
they don't
only
know.
see
They don't know
what
what
they see on
anything is
magazines.
yet. And you know what?
Yeah.
Those 16-year-old girls and those 15-year-old girls that are wearing makeup, that are doing their stuff, if they came to me, I'd tell them what they were doing was all wrong, and you
Right.
look like trash.
Fresh, yeah.
I mean,
they're wearing too
that's
much.
something that a parent should step in and
Yeah.
do something about. But that's not only
Well, you
just
didn't
that.
say nothing to me.
We just met.
Well, the reason I didn't say anything, to you is because I knew you were extremely fragile.
Oh, see,
I knew you were
Thank you,
fragile,
thank
so
you.
I didn't
That's
want to
because
do
he's
that.
gay.
That's remember, we are bartenders.
that's true.
We are bartenders,
So
so we have to
where's
be
my
able
drink?
to. We have to be able
Where
to
is my
gauge
drink?
you as
So
well.
you
and
read
kind of
me.
looked like
You
a-
read
yes.
I
me.
feel like I'm.
Yes,
Actually, you're
I did. I read you like an open book.
Oh, see, there you go. So now,
Oh,
I
well.
kind of felt
Carol
you
alone.
staring at me. I thought you thought I was gay too, but unfortunately, sorry to disappoint
No,
you.
you're not gay.
he said-
Sorry,
he
sorry
Darn
to
it.
disappoint you.
He's disappointing me, right,
So
George?
anyway, I did want to go into something else because it's not only about the 15 and 16-year-old women. It's
Right.
about, whether you're a man or a woman, at 14, 15 years old and you realize you're gay and you're getting made fun of it. Now you start to see all these different things all over social network and Facebook and
Right.
Instagram and all these different things where
Thank God, though,
you know,
so that
it
thank
goes
God
everywhere.
they can use it like a video and actually get somebody in trouble and say this is what's
But
been going
see,
on.
that's not
Oh,
happening.
you mean you're talking about people? Now I get it. Social media using it as
Using it as
this
a
guy's
tool
gay,
and a
he's
weapon.
yeah.
You know,
okay.
using it
Pros
as a
and
weapon
cons.
and posting
Right.
on their page and
Okay.
posting on their pages about different things and so forth. And the problem is you don't realize,
out
like,
of it.
the people will put videos out on Facebook and they'll do all this stuff talking about how much, essentially it's a cry for help. And, you find out, maybe a week, 2 weeks later that this child, this girl or this boy killed themselves. And,
Right.
the thing you get so often is, oh, that's such a shame. But it's like, where was everybody while this was
Right.
happening?
A lot of times it's kept in secret, though. A lot, like the parents don't know.
I think
the
there's
parents,
signs.
I think,
they're
I think the parents
embarrassed.
have to know. The
I think
parents
there's
have to.
signs.
But I think
Really?
at the same time,
What would be the signs so we can educate? Like, what do you think the signs would be? I think
Well, the kid coming home, if you've got
be
more than one child, the one will be picking on the smaller one,
Right.
Or vice versa, or they'll be finding something. And if it's the younger child, they'll look for an animal you may have in the house or something. It's always paid back
Mm-hmm.
down the line.
Right.
It is 100%. But I think with these kids nowadays, there's, they don't realize they're 14 and 15 years old, and they don't realize that they only have to make it through high school.
Right.
Okay, and you make it through high school, and you're going to meet people that are exactly like you, and you're going to go to college, and if you're in the drama club and people are making fun of you because you're in the drama club, you're going to go to college and you're going to meet people that are in the drama club that think exactly like you. And guess what? Now you have those friends you didn't have in high school. In high school, it's petty.
Yeah.
It's cliques, it's all these cliches. But I think that a lot of it with this charity, we're going to do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
but
tell me. I want to hear more about what are you going to do exactly?
This actually involves a lot of celebrities,
Okay.
a lot of friends of mine that are going to get involved and help out. And we're going to go to schools. We're going to do
That's great.
a lot of assemblies and basically talk with these kids or these celebrities that were bullied themselves.
Okay, somebody who's watching, how could they have you guys at their school, for instance? How can they find you?
We are still 3 months away from getting our 501c3, which is a non-for-profit organization.
Nonprofit.
This is not about making money. This is about helping people and helping kids realize that they're not alone.
Right.
And so some of these celebrities that will come in, like the biggest names that you can think of that are on television all over the place, have been bullied. And they were bullied when they were kids. And they've come out and they've gotten through it and they became what they are. And even these people that are bullying them look up to these celebrities. So now what you have is you have these celebrities that are going to go to schools and be able to do that. We're going to have, video conferencing and get people on the phone and fly them out for a Chargers game with Phillip Rivers and, things like that. And Phillip Rivers, who grew up in North Carolina, was bullied as well, even though he's a football player. But he will be...
That's awesome.
So you see all these different things, and they're going to meet these people who were bullied.
Right.
But I think there's more of a part of it, and the reason why I have Holly involved in it is because when I told Holly about it, Holly was very gung ho about it, and she liked it as well. But there's stuff that can't just happen from us, and we need to put some awareness out there with our charity as well. And that awareness comes from the psychological standpoint, where I will let Holly take over and talk more about the psychology part of it.
Yeah, because you have a master's in psychology?
In education.
That's awesome. So you're not only beautiful, but you're very smart, which is more important.
Thank you. And I've actually been working in the early childhood field for almost 10 years now, and I see it a lot then because it's really important to start young. Especially with those younger kids, people think, they won't remember.
No, they
those
remember.
Things, but it's actually probably the biggest time in their life where these things are going to impact how they are as adults.
Right.
And parents they have to be involved. We would have children that were with us 12 hours a day, and they'd go home, and their parents would only see them for bedtime or things like that. So it's really important, I think, for parents to realize that even a couple hours, in the morning or later, will really impact that too, because it's going to give them that self-esteem.
Right.
Not to mention everybody around them, they're role models for them.
Right.
So they're modeling essentially everything that they do. So if they are growing up with that confidence, they're going to know how to battle those things.
Yes.
They're going to go to high school and they're going to be strong enough to, say, this person's picking on me, but it's not them, it's not me. It's just, something we're going through right now. So it's hard.
I would like to share something with the audience, is that I was not bullied, but I was in a foster home, and I was abused mentally, verbally, physically, and I ended up beating up a little boy. And I had sisters and brothers that constantly beat me up. And what happened was, between that house, and you know this, George, about the father trying to molest me, and I'm getting personal so that I can help. Not to say my story, because I really don't like airing my dirty business, but that is what happened. And with my daughter, I'm constantly, every day, telling her, and I know this is big with the psychology part of bringing up children. Every day I tell her I love her, and I have been talking to her about being beautiful inside as well as out, because I always tell her how beautiful she is.
It's so important.
But I said, what's more important, Jade, you have the best heart. You know what? One day I said to her, when she was about 5 years old, you're going to freak out. 5 years old, I said, you are so beautiful, because her eyes are just big and her hair is beautiful. And she goes, what about my body?
Oh, geez, that's too early.
Right. Yeah. And that's when I started saying, I said, you have a beautiful body, and I wouldn't change a thing. And you know what? I talked to her about this. I said, it's more important to be beautiful on the inside. And because I dealt with, this is very personal, but because I dealt with issues of insecurity, because I went from family to family to family to family, I ended up developing, choosing bulimia as a way of, and this is really good that we have you guys here today, feeling like I wasn't good enough. I was out of control, so the control was what I ate. I could get rid of it, right? It's a psychological thing, I know, and I had it for a long time. I started, I think around 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Young, huh?
Because I saw a movie, and I thought, oh, this is great. I can eat what I want, because I love sweets, and I was like 89 pounds. I was so skinny, and I'm happier now. and a lot heavier now, but I'm much happier now because I'm happy within myself. So it's really important, I think, that what you guys are doing, the bullying thing is all about kids not feeling good about themselves, so they feel like they want to put down other kids, right?
Right.
They feel like they're, like, I bet they're at home, they're probably getting beat up and
there's
abused.
the whole stereotype everywhere you look. I mean, you have all, like I said, you know what Holly and I do, and you see these covers in these magazines where these women are flawless and they're so skinny and so forth. And what these kids don't realize is there's a lot of photoshopping that goes into that.
Yeah,
that's not what these models look like.
Right.
You know, it's not what they look like. When their makeup comes off, they don't look like a model.
Right.
The only reason they're a model is because they're tall and they have features.
Right.
And us makeup artists can bring out those features and bring out other things and do stuff like that. So there's a lot of photoshopping. But again, touching on something that Holly had talked about with, you know, coming from the family. And the family having more of an important role in what goes on in the child's, you know, life.
Is huge.
A lot of the people that I know that were bullied that are involved with me in this charity had an extremely strong support system at home.
I wonder what that's about then. What would that be about? I mean,
you know, like we're
Right. And it's not typical either nowadays to have that support at home all the time. So I think it's important for, you know, children and teenagers to realize that they should latch onto these things that they're good at and that that make them happy, because that's going to end up being their support.
Right.
They might not always have that family life at home. So if you are, you know, you're good at art, you're good at playing music, you know, you need those outlets. They're so important, and they shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't be put down for those, because that's actually, when you're older, that's what's going to kind of bring you forward.
And so that's what you guys are going to do, right? You're going to educate. Which
we're
is
going to
the number
educate.
one
You know,
thing.
if you're a 9-year-old kid, a 10-year-old boy, for example, and you're a really good dancer, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Right. But they don't know that yet.
But here's what you got to look at. I mean, you look at the likes of Gregory Hines. You know, Gregory Hines, God rest his soul, rest in peace. I mean, this was a man that could dance and tap and do all these things. And Savion Glover, who taps and so forth. And this is Savion Glover came out of the ghetto. And, you know, what he probably went through as a younger African-American kid in a ghetto dancing to becoming one of the best tap dancers on the planet, and everybody knowing who he is, and he's straight.
Yeah.
But what he had to deal with and so forth, he had a great support system at home, and that starts with your mother and your father. And you know, sometimes in older generations, you have fathers that are stuck in their ways, and it's the mom that will sit there and do that. But it's very important. Like, to me, I grew up with an art background, which was very nice.
Right.
My father was an artist, so anything that I did art-wise,
Was
I had
accepted
my father
anyway.
to help me. You know? Because normally you'll sit there and you'll hear parents say, "You want to go into the arts?
Right.
There's no money in that.
That's,
We're not going to support
can I
you."
just say this to parents that are listening? I know a lot of times we talk about a lot of stupid, goofy stuff and sex and all that stuff, but this is so true. Like, the number one thing I think in any child's development is the parents' support, getting involved, reading to your child every night and supporting them, teaching them right from wrong.
Right.
You know, there was a friend of mine had a little boy who used to always look me in the eye, and I said to her, I said, "Your son looks me in the eye when I talk to him. It's really weird." And she goes, "That's because I teach him that so that when he grows up, he will look a woman in the eye."
And it's not
Is that incredible?
going to just happen.
Oh, here we go. Watch. Go ahead, George.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-oh, here we go.
How can you actually be holding the mic but not talk into it? You turn your head.
What are you doing? Oh, am I going like this?
You're actually holding this mic this time.
Hey, Bangul, I'm Sandra D.
I think that there's a lot of things. I think encouragement from your parents.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Encouragement.
That's okay.
Yes.
You know, as a parent,
Yes.
you gotta draw a line between encouragement and wanting them to live your dreams.
Right.
Because you know what, this isn't your life. Your failed dreams should not fall on them. Whatever
Right.
it is that they want to do, you should be able to support them. And
Right.
you know, if you want them to get
That's
into
huge.
dancing, if you want them to get into makeup, if you want them to get into sports, the only thing that you can do is try and encourage them. If they decide they don't like it, you have to allow them to follow their path.
Right, whatever
I mean,
they want to do. There's a little boy in my daughter's gymnastics place, and the mom said to me, "Yeah, he really wanted to take gymnastics, but his father wouldn't let him." And I said, "You have to talk." When he was in there in the watching, I said to her, "You need to talk to your husband. If that's what he wants to do at this age, then let him do it.
Right.
It's
It's
athletic,
expression, yeah.
and it's awesome."
Definitely.
And
We
guess
all-
what?
we all
He's
sit
now in
there
gymnastics.
Yeah, and we sit
So-
there in the Summer Olympics, and you know,
Yeah.
you can
Right.
sit there and say that you don't watch gymnastics, but when you watch those guys on the pommel horse or on the bar, on the uneven bars or whatever it is, you're sitting there going, "I wish I could do that."
Well, usually I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, he's a hot body," but
Well,
That's
aside
you.
from that,
That's you
I'm
and
just
Holly and whatever. That's not necessarily
Holly
me.
wouldn't do
And
that.
apparently me.
And apparently you, yes.
Yes,
apparently
exactly.
you. It's actually kind of funny. I was in Old Navy like about a year ago, and I remember standing in line, and in front of me was this mother with her daughter and her son. and both of them were in gymnastics gear, and the son must have been probably no older than 9. And he had, the tank top on with the pants and all that stuff that you would see, gymnasts wear. And he was more ripped than I am.
Wow.
At
At 9 years old,
I mean, granted, he's only probably going to be about 5'3".
They raised him that way.
He's only going to be about 5'3", so I got him on that side. He may be bigger than me muscularly.
You're what,
but
6'4"?
I'm
6'4"?
yes,
Yeah, my ex-fiance was 6'4". I always date tall guys. And you're, how tall are you? 5'4"?
5'4". I say 5'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Well, I'm 4'11" 3/4", but I always say 5 foot.
Exactly.
Okay, you're perfect resting height for
There
my
you
arm.
go.
I can just go like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you know what I want to ask you, both of you? Do you guys? So you work together? Do you travel together? And what exotic places have you been to? Or
He's been to way more than me, but I'm
Really?
hoping
He
to
didn't
jump
take
on
you?
that and
jump on that.
Yeah. I guess that came out wrong.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Tag along.
I know you want to jump on that too, but that's
Tag
okay.
along.
Maybe by the end of this, by the end of this show, we might have a relationship thing going
We're all
on.
gonna bond.
I will say that I am very fortunate. My job is actually, I've had to renew my passport, fill pages, do all that stuff. I've been to a lot of countries, but one thing that people don't understand is that you're working.
Yes.
And so,
So it's
they
not
may
that
look at
fun.
you, they may look at your passport and go, "Oh, you've been to Paris, you've been to here,
Right.
you've been."
But you're like, it was
Now you
all
have
work.
to do
You've
it
been
all
to
over again.
New
to
Zealand,
enjoy
you'll
it.
do all
Yeah.
that stuff, which is exactly what I want to do because I was in New Zealand for 8 months, but I didn't see anything. So, you come back.
That sucks.
And-
Well, why don't you, when you take a vacation, sorry, it's like so bright. When you take,
Oh, wow.
it was whiting him out. When you take not a vacation, when you work and you're going to these exotic places, why don't you take a day or two to explore?
It's kind of hard because, you get on these schedules and you're working 18-hour days that when you actually do have a day off, you want to sleep.
You wanna sleep, yeah.
You need to sleep. And not
So
only
take
that,
2 days.
But not only that, you can't. That
One
depends.
month. One
That
day.
depends.
Right.
That depends on the budget. Do I want to keep the
I'm
job?
with you.
Wait. Do I want to keep the job or do I want to get fired?
No, you want to keep the job.
I want to keep the
But
job.
you
It's
need
a
a couple
You also
days.
got to keep in mind that on your day off, that still doesn't mean you have a day off. You have to clean your brushes. You have to make sure everything
Right.
is good for the next day and so forth. Plus, you got to sleep because you've basically worked a 100-hour work week.
Did you guys go to school for this? You did? Where?
In Chicago.
Chicago? And you?
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay, so for somebody who is young, let's say a guy is watching right now, a young kid or somebody's
Okay.
son or whatever. Let's just say, normally they wouldn't be watching this because it's usually 18 and over. But today's a nice educational show, right?
far.
A family show.
So
As long
far.
as you keep it that way,
I keep
Lauren.
it that way, okay? None of
She's
this.
trying, but
None of this.
Okay,
No,
but
I'm
apparently
doing-
she just made it not a kid show.
I'm doing
right?
a great job today. I'm just fixing myself. But
doing it
how
for
would
the
they?
babies.
So what would they do? They would start to go to a school, or what would they do?
I think it's in you. If you want to do something like this, then chances are you already have an art background. Not
Right.
many people start and decide that they want to become a makeup artist or they want to do special effects makeup if they don't have art beforehand.
Right.
I grew up with it, and I know Holly.
Right.
Right? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
You grew up with an art background as
Yeah.
well, so it was something that was
What
kind
was
of
your-
instilled in us.
What was your art background? Did you say?
Just growing up, I was always, drawing. I was I was in high school in art club, but that was me.
Oh, art club,
I didn't
how
get
cute.
bullied for it, but
Okay.
No, because you were popular and you were
cute.
pretty and all that
Yeah.
stuff, so you didn't get bullied.
But
No.
Right.
but I think it's something that if like you said, if children are interested in it, really encourage that
Yeah.
because they're gonna actually be more unhappy later if you don't. I was
Right.
very lucky to have grandparents that pushed me to go to college first, and I did that. But I was also lucky that I was able to come back to my art
Right.
background.
You
and
are
thanks to
really.
him and-
But we do need you in the educational field.
And
I
she
do
still
both.
does. She
I
still
do.
does.
I actually do
Good.
still teach, so
Okay.
I can do a little bit of both.
That's awesome. What you teach? What?
I actually teach college online, early
Wow.
childhood classes.
Oh, that's awesome. So my girlfriend teaches online as well.
Yeah.
That is fantastic because we really need you.
Yes.
This I hate to say it, where we are right now. I mean, we're all over the world on YouTube right now, but in Las Vegas, we're like I think 4th or lowest in education.
It's almost to the point where I actually,
It's embarrassing.
I don't have kids yet, but I do want kids,
Yeah.
and I do not want to raise them in Las Vegas.
well, let
There's
me say
just-
this: my daughter is at a 5-star school.
Good.
There is
Yeah,
a
but
good
see,
school.
there-
and it's
there's
not
things-
it's a public
you
school.
have to seek it out here.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
to seek it out and you have to seek all this stuff, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, like I don't think I'd want my children growing up in a place where they have to walk through a casino to get to a movie theater.
Interesting. Well, there's a lot of movie theaters up
You also
here
got
in
to
Summerlin.
remember. You also got to remember though. Yeah, I do live in Summerlin. But
Yeah.
you also got to remember something with
That's
Holly and
right.
I. Holly and I. I mean, I grew up in New York.
Right.
We didn't have casinos. We had to go to Atlantic City or
Right.
whatever. Holly in Chicago, she had the urban life. She had
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
the stuff that we both had, growing up in New York and Chicago. This was foreign to me until I moved here that, you go into a gas station and there are slot machines. And there are people
I
that
don't even
actually
know that.
and there are people
I
that
don't
actually
pump my own gas.
There are people that actually sit there and sit in the gas
pay
station
that
and
dollar.
do that. You know,
Really?
in the supermarket. You know, you have
Well, on
those
the East
cigarettes.
Coast,
Oh, in
You
the
can't tell me
supermarket,
you
yeah.
haven't been in the supermarket.
You know what?
If you ever been in
I've been to a
the supermarket, you are the
supermarket.
ultimate diva.
No.
Does someone do it for her?
Does she
I
genuinely
don't-
have
I don't-
green M&Ms in your dressing room? Is that the deal?
No.
Like white lilies
Am I
and
that
green
bad?
M&Ms?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think you could just have. I don't think
Calla
you.
lilies.
I don't think you could have just green M&Ms.
You know
anyway,
what?
Because I think you're too ADD.
Two-
You need more than one color. You need more than
I
one
actually
color.
like the green
She
ones.
needs choices.
Yes,
She
I
needs
need
colors.
choices. I
That's
love
just
it.
how
I
it
love
goes,
it. Which
you
do I
know?
want green? Do I want red?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't pump my own gas because I don't have to, and I didn't do it in New York, and it's disgusting. I'm a woman. I don't want to touch that gasoline.
Well, it's kind of funny.
That
In New York,
smelly crap.
when I was growing up, it was only full service. It
Oh,
wasn't
right,
until
right.
we started going south that there was self-service, and then you come to places like
Oh,
Vegas,
yeah.
and there's only a handful. Like there's one in Summerlin that I know that
Which
has
one?
The one on
My favorite?
the one on Charleston and Fort Apache.
That's
right
the
on
one I
corner.
always go to.
Okay,
By
with
the
car
way,
wash.
go to www.youtube.com/Lauren Jennifer with one N Gates and watch Got Gas. It was filmed there. You'll
Was
love
it
it.
filmed there?
Yes,
Because
it
they have
was.
that- It's literally
Okay,
it's right
but
around the
see-
corner from where I live, and they will
Yeah,
pump your
that's
gas
right.
if you want.
Yes. Wait,
Chicago,
my
they
girl,
don't
my girl
have
Jackie,
that.
my girl Jackie.
I realize that.
Like
I realize that.
if I was driving here and I pulled into a gas station and someone's coming at my car, like I would be scared because I'm not used to that. So I'm glad you warned me because I didn't know that was even an option.
It's okay. You'll see them. You'll see them in the gas station
Don't you live
shirts.
Just for the last month.
Oh,
But
you're
she doesn't.
kidding,
She doesn't
for
live on
one
this
month?
side of town. She doesn't live in
Oh,
Summerlin.
well,
She
why
lives-
not? This is the greatest side of town.
She will
here.
eventually.
I'm like, this
But
is the
not
greatest side of town.
Yeah.
Well, where are you? And
I'm still
She's-
trying to figure that out.
She's
Okay.
like
Help her
Henderson,
out.
Green Valley.
Come on.
She'll be in
Let her-
Summerlin.
let her
She'll be in
live
Summerlin,
with
trust
you.
me. She'll
I
end
need
up in
to see
Summerlin.
all of
live
it.
with you.
She'll end up in
I'm
Summerlin.
sure. In your bed. Caller? Oh, we have a
If she needs a place
caller.
to
Hold
stay,
on.
we do.
Go ahead, Georgie, take it. I love it.
All right, caller, you're on the air. Give us a shot. What do you got to say? Hello.
I don't think I have mine.
Hello?
There you go.
Hairdressing hose there?
Yes, we have hairdressing hose and makeup artist hose, and we have the diva hoe in the middle. This,
Oh,
what is-
fabulous.
what is your
Fabulous.
name?
What are you guys doing?
Caller, what is your name?
My name is Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Hi, George.
Hello.
That's not George. That was Jonathan. George and I have different voices.
Kylie, I can't believe you didn't recognize my voice.
Do we have similar voices? Is
Not
that
at
what
all.
it is?
Hey, guys, what's the weather there?
It's about
10,000
70,
degrees?
75?
Freezing,
Perfect.
freezing cold. We got a polar
Sweating my
vortex
ass off
right now.
degree.
It's going to snow.
It's like-
75 and snowy.
No way, I wouldn't be here.
-3 here, and tonight the wind chill factor is going to make it -15.
Sounds like Chicago.
Where is
Where are
here?
we from?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay, so you're close enough. We're in Jersey. I'm a New Yorker. She's from Jersey.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
So we're all kind of in the tri-state area.
Come see us.
This has been the worst winter ever because it's been horrific. I mean, it was so cold, a flasher came up to me and had to describe himself.
Wow. Nice.
That's great, Kylie. Hey, Kylie, do you have any questions for our guests today? They are celebrity makeup artists and celebrity hairstylists. Have you ever done a celebrity, Kylie?
Oh, have I ever slept with a celebrity?
Well, I know you have. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, you know what? My funny story is that back in the day, I don't know if you guys know Giuseppe Franco. He's great. I absolutely adore him.
Yes.
And he's my friend, not me. But we were all hanging out at the Mondrian, and Mickey Rourke and everybody back in the day, because Mickey and him and Christy McNichol all went to beauty school together. And this was like
Stop looking under
92,
my chest.
93. And we were all going to the hot tub, and we tell Giuseppe, come on in, we're all naked. And Giuseppe dropped his cat trow, dropped his pants, and jumped into the hot tub naked, and it was pretty funny.
Wait, I don't
Leave
think
it at that.
my guest is looking under my dress, so I don't think he heard what you said. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I love it.
Oh my God. So okay, so what happened?
No, she was talking about hanging out with Mickey Rourke
Mickey
in the
Rourke,
bar
who
and all that
looks
stuff.
interesting right now.
Right now he does, but Mickey Rourke was a good-looking man when
Yeah,
he
he
was younger.
was a good-looking man. I'll tell you. 9.5 Weeks is one of my favorite shows. That and what's that other sexy show?
What was the movie he was in of Connecticut, or the Lord of Connecticut, the priest of Connecticut?
Kylie, that's you.
Kylie,
She's a movie buff.
his movie. What was it? The priest, not the priest of Connecticut. It was like the. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking out loud, but that was a great movie with.
What did you say?
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey
We're
Rourke.
trying to think of the movie.
Oh,
The Pope,
in
the Pope of
Connecticut?
Connecticut, the Pope of Pope of Greenwich, the Pope of Greenwich.
Yeah, That actually wasn't Mickey Rourke's first movie. That was his second movie. His first movie, he played a very small role. What was that movie now? I'm going to ask you. Where Catherine Turner's really hot, and the guy throws the chair, and they have heat.
I wish you could see what was going on right here, because it was just really, really interesting. I am listening to you completely, and the Pope of Greenwich Village, I know is the second video, but the two of them are having extreme technical difficulties. But I'm listening to you. You can continue speaking. I'm listening.
Just talk to my guest. Just talk to him.
George and I are listening.
George and Jonathan are listening. Go ahead, Kylie.
When we play Panic, is it by?
I'm sorry?
With John Hurt.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though.
I think she's in Mars. I can't.
Are you in a car right now? Because your cell phone seems like it's breaking up.
I think it's the Skype.
Mm-mm.
No.
She's on a.
That's robotic. You sound. Oh, there you go. You sound a little bit. You kind of sounded like robotic a little bit. Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
We're gonna dance.
Okay, now she's singing. Now she's singing "Sticks to You."
Oh my God.
Kylie, you still there?
I'm in the bathroom.
You're in the bathroom. Okay.
That explains a lot.
Wow.
Are you masturbating? Oh, sorry, family show. Are you masturbating, Kylie? This is the other half of the show.
You have to put it in there a little bit.
Yeah,
right? Not that.
The food is it's like
I'm just gonna give it to you.
We can't hear you. Do you have a question? Bags. Her name is Bags. Great girl.
Bags?
She was on Jingle Bell Special. Did you see it?
I did see it.
That's her. The one with the big knockers.
Ah.
With the little bells on her boobs.
Thought that was you.
No, I have the little knockers with the bows on my boobs. Kylie, sorry we lost you. Can't hear you, baby. Love you.
Love you, bye.
All right, bye, Bags. Great job. Yeah, Kylie's amazing. She has a lot of stories, actually. We couldn't really hear her, but that's
Well, she was in a bathroom, so.
She was breaking up. She was definitely.
What is she doing calling from a bathroom?
She was definitely robotic.
She was robotic.
She was robotic.
Sure.
I mean, she belonged in like
Let me
what
see
Short
what else I
Circuit or
wanna
something like
ask
that,
you
like
guys.
Johnny Number 5.
Part 5, yeah.
Johnny Number 5.
What is Icon nonprofit? That's your nonprofit thing.
No, the Icon series.
Icon
The
is-
Icon
It's
series.
very exciting.
Yeah, we talked for a minute before the show,
My
and they
modeling
mentioned this,
debut.
so I want them to tell you, viewers, what is it?
The
Take it
Icon
away.
series is something that actually happened one night when Holly and I. Okay, I will tell you all.
Yes,
Okay.
tell us.
And tell you all.
Yes, and
Well, I'm a
Holly,
model. I
Holly
should
and
just
I,
sit here
Holly and I
be
actually
great.
went to a club one night, and she put her hair up short because I told Holly, I said, I really love your hair when it's short. It brings out your face, and that's like, one of the true things about her. She's got those facial features.
yes.
So,
Beautiful.
I met her
Look
at
at
a.
the camera for them to see you, how beautiful you are.
I met her at a club, and while we were in the club, I ended up taking a couple pictures of her, and essentially,
Oh.
I turned one of them into black and white. And what I saw was I could turn her into an old iconic picture of Barbra Streisand.
Wow.
And so
Can you show this or no?
I can show it. I don't know how I'm going to necessarily show it. I mean, let me see if I
I
can
could hold
find
it up to the camera.
It's not going to work with the
It won't
cell
work?
phone.
No,
going
Okay.
up.
okay. Well, then
Barbra
we can't show you.
Streisand, wow.
But
Isn't
you
that-
saw it. You saw it earlier. I showed it to you when we were doing
I was
the
pretending
makeup.
I didn't, but I did, and she looked to the T exactly like her.
So what we
Exactly.
decided to do
Shocking.
was-
and I'm not just saying that, okay?
Holly is like the original supermodels, the Carol Alt and
Yes.
Christy Brinkley and Cindy Crawford and
Right.
so forth. All of them had one look. But then there was Linda Evangelista.
Right. Who I love.
Linda Evangelista was a chameleon.
I heard that she didn't get out of bed for less than 10,000. That's what I heard.
That
I believe
wouldn't
it.
surprise me if it's
Yeah.
a supermodel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in that
I mean,
case.
but also
But I mean,
you got
what
to
does that say though? Can't you have a day?
you got to
Right?
keep in mind
a
something.
profit day?
You also got to keep in mind she was the only one that was a chameleon.
Right.
Everybody else had their looks. Linda Evangelista, you
Right.
could look at two different pictures and go, "That's not her."
Right. She
So-
had that beautiful nose, very unique, almost hookish nose, but I loved it, and the beautiful
So Holly
eyes.
has something with her jaw and her cheekbones and her
Right.
nose and her eyes
Yes.
as well that made me see a
look.
lot of different things.
I'm
so
like Vanna.
we're essentially doing an icon series. So
That's
we just
awesome.
finished the Marilyn Monroe, where it's not your typical Marilyn Monroe. It is an iconic picture, but it's not something that's been done before. We're also
Right.
going to do, believe it or not, we're going to do Greta Garbo. We're going to do Judy Garland. We're
On
going to do
her?
Audrey Hepburn.
Wow. Ooh, I
And
can
then
see Audrey Hepburn.
wait, but then we're going to tip the scales
What,
a little
what,
bit.
what?
We are going to turn her into. Should I say it?
Yes.
Say it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're turning her into Johnny Depp.
Ooh, I love Johnny Depp.
Okay, and then next
I was
up,
on a set with
we
him once.
figure
Very cute.
if we can change the sex, we can change
Ooh.
the race.
Yeah.
So the next iconic figure we're going to do after that is Grace
African American.
Jones.
Ooh, Ooh.
And the reason for Grace Jones
Love
was Grace
her.
Jones, the iconic features that she had on her, like her features are
Strange. Remember Strange? Strange. What was that? What movie was that? With
That was
Eddie
Eddie
Murphy.
Murphy.
What movie was that? Strange, when she was like
something. Yeah, that was Eddie Murphy.
the perfume came out of her. She gave
all
birth
the
to the
people-
perfume bottle.
Especially,
I know what movie you're talking about, actually.
It's like everybody from in Living Color, you know, that was on there. Like Tommy Davidson was on
Best.
there and all that stuff, right?
Living Color was awesome.
So it turned into originally just being one picture, and now we're going to end up doing 8, and it's one model. And this is just something Holly and I do for fun.
Right. It's not going to be for anything, no?
No, she'll come over, we'll drink some wine, and we'll do some makeup.
What else is going to happen?
Let's
Drink
some like
some wine.
modeling
What's
agents
going on over here
right now. No,
Just makeup and wine.
There are modeling agencies out here. There's like a ton of them. I mean, I don't know how. I used to do all that stuff, but it's not. There's no pay.
I don't think I could go down that route.
No pay in Vegas, just so you know.
So essentially, that's like, you know, it's a fun night. She comes over, we open a bottle of wine, and we do makeup.
I want to watch. Can I come with the popcorn?
Absolutely.
Sure. The Barbara Streisand one was actually more extensive for her because we actually had to build up the nose.
Yeah.
So that's
How
where the
did you do
special
that?
effects.
I was not allowed to look in the mirror.
That was actually wax.
Okay, I want you to watch this movie FX. I have it, but on like VHS. But get it, please. It's so cool. The effects that they do. It's really, really cool.
So
you saw it.
Holly
You
wouldn't
saw it,
allow
George.
me to show you the actual during pictures because
Maybe after.
Because they look funny with
she
the
saw
clay
the
nose.
So ridiculous. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror.
Weren't you seeing the hump in between your eyes as you were looking? Weren't you seeing the ridge of your nose?
Yeah.
Let me see
I
this
really
photo.
couldn't.
Let me see it.
I couldn't.
Oops, sorry.
Whoops.
Continue talking while I find
So
it.
anyway, Holly, how have you been?
Good. How about you? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm wonderful
I can show you the
today.
Maryland one.
Oh my God,
Yes.
amazing. Let me just see. You won't be able to. George, see if you can see this. Do you want this on here?
That's okay. That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see the Barbara Streisand.
The Barbara Streisand was the first one. One of those is Holly.
Holly.
We could do a poll. Which is which?
Yes, which is which? Yes. If you want to call and talk to us at 702-605-0498, these guests are amazing. If you feel like you want to learn something about your face and how to accentuate your cheeks or your eyes, please call us. Please
Here's
call
the
us.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, this to me is extremely impressive. If you could see that. One of those is her. And let's see if anybody can guess.
One of those is Babs.
I guessed it, but I'll tell you, it was a tough
Babs?
guess. Yeah. Babs?
Babs.
That's her name?
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
George? Like,
Oh, you know what?
okay, back me up on that one. Like,
Memories.
please don't make me feel like I'm a retard for saying
You
that.
see this hair I used to have?
Like, when I said Babs, did you know who I was talking
I
about?
knew
Hey,
exactly.
George,
what
I
you're
want to
talking
talk to you
That's
about
my
something.
nickname.
Pardon me, guys, but where's my ring that you've been promising me for? You're not getting paid studio time
Where's the
today.
sex you've been promising me when we get married?
When the ring comes,
Yeah.
all the single ladies.
Don't give it away for free.
All the single ladies,
All the-
Justin
oh, look,
Timberlake,
that's
Saturday
good.
Night Live.
Yes.
It actually did come out good on there.
That came out good. We're watching through the monitor here, so it's pretty cool.
So yeah, back to what we were talking about. Like all you people, all you young kids, if you are listening and you think of somebody like Justin Timberlake who's not afraid to make fun of himself and not
Right.
afraid to have been a
Love
Disney
him.
kid and a dancer.
Yes.
The man is iconic. The man has so
Yeah.
much money
Yeah.
and the man can't go anywhere without anybody wanting his autograph and wanting him to be this way. At one point he started off as just a kid that wanted to dance and sing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he got made fun of. I'm sure
In
he
the
still
Mickey
did.
Mouse
you know?
Club.
He was
Yes,
he was
right?
getting made
love
fun
that
of,
show.
but he was getting
know.
made fun of when he was in Sync. You know, because that was the
Really?
reincarnation of like New Kids on the Block from when we were
Yes.
younger.
Remember he
right?
had curly hair, like
Yeah,
blonde
so
curly
he was
hair.
still getting made fun of, yet he was selling out like Wembley or Wembley Stadium, not
Right.
Wembley Arena.
Right.
Wembley Arena is
Stadium.
like 20,000.
Right.
Wembley Stadium is like 100,000.
Yes.
NSYNC is selling out.
Right.
So
But look
Yeah.
where he put that energy. That's the point, you know? Like, he was taking that negative energy and turning it into something great. He can look back now and say, I told you so. But
Right.
it's not about that, obviously.
It's about
But
believing in yourself,
yeah,
though, because he
it
believed in
really
himself.
is. And
What
you
would
have to
you-
see past that.
As a psychologist, major and master, what would you say to a child that knows that his parents will not support him and he wants to dance? What would you say? What do you say?
I say that...
Just do it anyway is what I would say, but what would you say?
I mean, to a certain degree, yeah.
do what you want to
I mean,
do.
well,
You
Dazed
have
and
what you wanna
to.
do.
You have
Dazed and confused.
to.
I just want to dance.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I just want to
wanna
dance.
dance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
think it's really important just depending on the age, obviously. You know, you need to make them understand where it's coming from.
Right.
It's not just, oh, I don't feel like going to college. It's not about
Right,
that.
right.
It's that you
If
have
that's where
this
your
passion
passion-
inside. Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
Your
No more
passion
water.
inside it, yes.
Or a Coke if you stole George's Coke.
Yeah. Don't tell. Hey, look at his face.
George, did you hear what he said?
So
took
back
my
to the
Coke.
passion
I
that
stole
you're
your
talking about?
Coke.
Yes, the passion.
what about
It
passion?
is all about
Oh.
passion. It really is.
It is. Life is about
life is
passion.
too short, and that
Food.
is my motto.
Yeah.
Life is too short. You
Yes.
see too many people just go down routes where they think it's what they should do.
Right.
What society tells
And
them.
what's the point of that?
Right.
Why would you want to go every day and wake up and hate what you're doing every
Right.
day? There's no point in that. And that's really where I hit my turning point. I was like, this is not what life's about. I want to wake up every day and be excited to do
Right.
what I'm going to do. And it wasn't easy
Bless you,
because
George.
you know
Bless
you
you.
Well,
grow
thank
up bless you, growing up that you have to do it in this order, and you have to be a doctor, and you have to be a
Right,
lawyer, and you have
right.
to make money. But and great to those people who
So
love
you would-
doing that.
It
but
sounds like you would talk to the parents, right? You would say to the parents, you know, please.
They need to
allow
open
your
their
child
eyes.
to be
They need to be
creative.
open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be judgmental, or
Yeah.
what you want is not maybe what your child wants. So you
Right.
should
I
allow
think there's
them
a lot
to.
of things. I think there's a lot of things that parents don't understand, and one of them is music.
don't understand.
Music. Parents just don't
Oh.
understand.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, girls of the world, whatever. It's Will Smith, right?
Yes.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the
Yes.
Fresh Prince.
Love that. Yes.
What
yes,
I
yes.
think more than anything is, yes, I was an athlete. I was a baseball player. I had everything at my disposal, kind of
And
thing.
football, right? You said
football, basketball, but baseball was my
that was
major.
your main thing.
And,
Oh wow,
so
multi-talented.
essentially, I also played music as a kid.
Mm.
You know, I started playing piano as a kid and drums, and then picked up guitar and so forth. And I
Wow.
honestly think that without music in my life, I would not be as I probably wouldn't have adapted as easily and
Right.
learned and picked things up as easily. But I don't think I'd be happy in life.
Right. Oh
and
my God, no.
Touching
Without
on
music?
touching on something that Holly said, where life is too short. You have one life.
Right.
And you can choose to, work your way up and have that, 9 to 5 job where you're working in a cubicle with 100 other cubicles and
Yeah,
people there where you're kind of almost on the
boring.
phone and you,
Right.
if you make a personal call by your phone, you got to
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
whisper.
you got to whisper
yeah.
because you don't want
Right.
everybody in the cubicles to hear
Yeah.
And
you.
that's
Or-
okay if you like
If you
that.
like it, I was
True.
going to say that if you like
if
it, there's
that-
nothing wrong with
but
that.
if there's something in life that makes you happy,
yeah.
you can have it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. But
Right.
here is the one thing
It's
you
not
need to
a ritual.
understand.
Yeah.
Everything, every goal, every dream is attainable. You just have to want it.
And do it.
that's
You
where
have
the
to take
passion-
action.
That's where the
Right.
passion that Holly said comes
Yeah.
in. If you have the passion for it, you got to understand that you're going to get knocked down,
Right.
you're going to get kicked over, you're going to get hit, you're going to get told no 50 million times.
You're gonna get
But
asked
if
for
you
a
want
ring.
it, it's worth
You know,
it.
whatever
You know
it
what-
is.
you
But if
know
you
what,
want it, you're going to keep going and you're going to keep doing
Yeah.
it.
You
how
know
many
what
times I
Scott
got told
Pritchard
no?
says?
What?
Scott Pritchard says it will happen when you take action.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
definitely can't
so
sit back.
big.
Well, what is-
he
what
did
is-
what is that thing called the Toastmasters? He did a whole thing on that about how I believe it was his grandfather or something,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying like whatever you want to do it.
'Cause
That's
you
why I'm
can.
here doing a talk show.
Yes.
I wanted to do this. I can't tell you how long.
Exactly.
I said screw it.
I
I'm
mean,
going to do
What
it.
It's so true. And
Ooh,
it's so
did you like that? I
after-
said
it's-
screw it. I'm going to
It's
do it.
very after school specialist sitting here
Yeah.
saying follow your dreams.
Right.
But
No,
I
that
think,
would be Jenny eat something.
Oh, sorry. That too. But here's the thing: like we both have gone through a lot in our lives, and I know I'm very lucky to have the family that I have to back me up the way they did.
nice.
And I'm not just saying follow your dreams because I did it and I love it and I'm happy and it's possible. So
It's one
Yeah.
thing.
it's
one
not
thing.
just saying it.
It's one thing.
Awesome.
It's one thing to
Yes.
have dreams. It's another to follow them. And if you follow them, don't let anything get you down.
Right, and don't let people. This is something I did a lot of, is allowing everybody to make me think what I am instead of knowing who I was. I really
Well, you
always
hear
used
it
to
enough.
care about
Right.
exactly. I always used to care about what people thought about me. Now I don't give a shit. And the reason I say
And
that
how
is
much happier
because
are you?
much happier because I'm free and I don't have to worry. And it's a shame. I mean, I feel like I've lost a few people, doing a show like this because you're just so honest.
Right.
And I've literally said on camera, this show isn't for everybody.
Right.
If you're jealous, if you're insecure, if you're judgmental, don't watch the show. And I always say, right, George, you're not invited then.
Well, that's the
And that's
freedom.
how people.
That's the freedom of having
freedom
friends.
of speech.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Oh, what's that, George? What do you got? We got a
we have a
good.
caller?
Okay.
So
Yeah, we-
one thing
we
is
have-
like if you have
Invisible.
these dreams and they are obtainable, like you have to understand that it's not going to happen overnight.
Right, and that you have
get-
to work at it,
You
yes.
get what you put in.
Right.
As simple as that. The harder you work, the more likely you're
Right.
going to get it. Nothing comes to you in life.
Right.
But I will say that anybody that sits
So
there and
true.
says somebody is lucky, yeah, there are people that were.
But
born
they
with
worked their ass off
But
for it.
no, there were people that were born with silver spoons in their mouth and things to that effect.
Yeah, me. I
but
mean,
at the same time,
All of us.
for normal people like Holly and I that grew up in rough lives that we're
Right.
not going to get into, but Holly and I both had rough lives growing up. It's a matter of luck actually means when opportunity meets preparation.
You should talk a little bit about it. You know why? Let people hear how your life was and how you guys are so successful right now and happy. You should touch on it a little bit.
Well,
like I just touched on my
I'll talk
home
about myself. Like, you know, I lost both my parents to cancer before I was 16 years old.
Wow.
My mom when I was 10, my father when I was 16.
Wow.
You know, there wasn't a lot of stuff at that point. You realize, you know, there's a lot of things you need to do, and Holly has lost her mom as well.
Really?
You know, at a very young age. And, you know, Holly won't actually probably boast and tell you this, but Holly went and she took care of her younger sisters. When she had the opportunity to move and be somewhere else, Holly, a young girl, took care of her younger brother and her younger sister.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is so respectable, because that's part of her character. And that's what, again, made her that person that had that passion.
Right.
You know, she's not going to sit back. She doesn't
I'm a
bullshit.
big family person.
Holly doesn't bullshit.
No, I mean, like I said, with everything, like, I'm very lucky to have the family I had, and wherever I have lots of different families, and I love them all, and they really helped me get to where I am. And you know, those hardships.
She's Italian and from Chicago, so she's got an extended family. You know, like the extended
like
family.
Branches,
like this is my cousin, but it's not your cousin. But you have like 57.
This is my uncle, but it's not your uncle.
Right? Yeah. So exactly. So I mean, it's great, but I mean, those hardships really, you know,
Make
made
you
me
who
who
you are.
It does. It
Exactly.
makes you who you are.
And
And I want to be a good role model for all my brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And
you help
know.
children. You help children. I want to talk about something that we touched on about kids, about how you are bringing awareness to accentuate children, like little girls or whatever, letting them look beautiful through makeup, but like you said, accentuating their natural beauty. That is huge. Huge.
Absolutely.
Because of what you said about all the magazines and stuff like that.
Well,
to know that you're beautiful without a ton of makeup, and you can just accentuate your inner
Let's face
beauty.
it, there are guys out there, and we'll say George. You know, George. You've
here we go.
We know what you look for.
Male bonding.
No. Here's the thing. Like you've gone out and you met some women,
Sure
okay?
have.
Yeah.
And you've seen what they look like out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you see them the next morning, what do they look like?
George doesn't sleep with women.
No, I'm gay. No,
Oh.
no, seriously,
Okay,
no.
them too.
You know what I'm talking about. Like it's a facade. It's people
I've
trying
been
to be
told-
hot.
Be like,
instead of
oh, you
trying to be
had
beautiful.
boobs last night. I know you had boobs last night, right?
And they're on the
See-
floor.
And see, that's the big
Before
thing.
they wake up.
I don't mind. You know, you go out and you see a beautiful woman. I mean, they're all done up. Of course, they're going out for the night. But when you get them home, you know, sometimes I think they're more beautiful seeing them the next morning than they were the night
Well,
before.
that's the way it
Right.
should
But
be.
they think it the other way around.
Exactly.
Because
They don't
grew
think
up
so.
that
Because
way.
men are
They think
visual.
the other way. There's a difference. There was an article I sent Holly about like a week or two ago about the difference between. It was written by a woman, but it was actually quite incredible for anybody that does makeup. The difference between beauty and hot.
Right.
Oh,
And all
I
these
like
people,
that.
all these people that go out, you know, and they think that, you know, hot is what they should be and
Right,
so forth.
right.
But that's not what you
Try
should
to
be
sex
because
it up.
you know
you should look
only-
classy and sexy, not slutty.
Oh, slutty is the biggest turn off in the world. But then
Right.
again, if you're going
We'll
out
turn
for a
on
one night
for
stand,
one night,
you
yeah.
know, that's fine. You're going to
Yeah.
get what you
Right.
want.
Right.
But if you want the guy to marry you,
If
Yeah.
you want the
Yeah.
guy that you're going to bring
Essentially.
home, if you want the guy that you're going to bring home to your mom and your dad, you're going to actually look at yourself and appreciate yourself for who you are, and not fake yourself, but instead take a look at yourself and realize that you are beautiful. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change myself. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to take your features and you're going to accentuate them instead of changing them.
Right.
Like if you look at somebody's features, like, you know, like I look at Holly, and Holly has like the most unbelievable
I think
eyes.
they
I
should
could
date.
do so
Can
many
you
things.
look again? Just look in the camera. She is so beautiful, really, but inside as well.
Thank you.
Yes,
but,
she is.
But you should date. All right, go ahead.
She playing
Maybe I'll hook you guys up.
Look
If
at this.
I
That
shouldn't
should
they
be a
date?
show. You should do like a
Yes,
matchmaking show.
I want to do that.
That'd
I'm
be-
doing it right now.
that would be
But
I
your
want you
show
guys
says
to
I
go out
hate
on a
it.
date.
Holly, I'm John.
How-
Hi, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And if you do
Wanna
get
dinner
married,
sometime?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
not maybe. Say yes.
Oh,
She's
yes.
not hungry.
She apparently.
I'm
blew you
not
off.
a date.
She-
I eat a lot.
Oh,
She apparently
ditto.
doesn't want to go on a date with me. So.
I know. What the hell? Well,
said I'll think
I'll
about
make
it.
I'll make it happen.
I'll think
I'll
about
fix
it.
you up.
You know, it's
We'll
okay.
talk after the show.
It's
Holly.
okay. It's okay.
Poor guy. He's gonna cry.
No.
It's hard to get a little bit.
You have to play hard to get. That's right. She said maybe. Well, I have her number, so we'll see what happens.
So do I.
No, you don't.
I have her number. I have her email. I have all that.
I bet you have all that stuff.
I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Now, you want to play matchmaker, but your show says I hate them, but I date 'em.
Well, that would be the irony of the show.
Exactly. Thank you for
Right.
looking at the artisticness
Yes.
of this. You have to
See?
be very deep to understand this.
Yes.
First of all, I want to tell you, yes, in court, I had somebody say, it's a porn show, and it's called I Hate Him, But I Date Him. It's disgusting. Let me tell you something. I don't hate men. It's a joke. It's a metaphor. I hate him, but I date him. It's because everybody complains about men, but they keep dating them, and I hear all these stories all the
It
time.
goes
and I have my
both
own
ways.
stories.
It goes both ways.
That's why it says M,
does.
like them.
Yeah, it
I
goes
hate
both
them.
ways.
Yeah.
Not.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't hate men. Look at this. Does this say I hate him? right?
You were telling me in the dressing room beforehand. I walked in. I swear to God, she was sitting there telling Holly, "I hate Jonathan. I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him. He's such a goofball."
Wait, talking about she
Moral
walked down the
of
hallway
the
and kicked
story,
me.
though.
Well, she always kicks
I
you.
have the moral of the story.
She has it. Hold
What's the
on.
moral of the story? Don't say the Purple Rose.
Those guys that you hate, that
Yeah.
are bad dudes or whatever.
I hate
Guess where it
bad
came
boys.
from? How they grew up. So those parents out there, remember that.
Right.
You gotta
Raise
make
your sons right.
Yes.
You don't want
I
your
talked about that on
your
the show.
daughter dating the asshole, because you
Right.
know what?
Yeah.
That's what younger women look for until they realize that they need to find something better than that.
Right.
And if they end up marrying the asshole, guess what? They'll end up in divorce as well.
Number one rule. Number one, raise your sons right. And your daughters, but I'm talking about men because I'm a woman. Raise your sons right. The pickings are so slim, especially in this town, and that's why I started the show. I was going to do a men in etiquette class because they don't know how to act. And because all these women are made up and beautiful, whatever.
That is such a
think that
lie. I wore that Red Lobster bib you gave me.
And they should appreciate you for
George, you've been
that.
quiet today, by the way. I want that All Talk
I
Radio
think we just
shirt.
talk
Take it
too
off right
much.
now and give it to me.
Yeah.
Not like your other shirt. Remember last week with Womack? It's like, don't give me that shirt. It stinks. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on today. I think
Thank you for having us.
really had a lot of really positive input
Definitely.
for parents
I know
and
this
children.
isn't your normal show.
No, and I actually really like the show.
I think we hijacked
I know,
your show.
I know
We
some
did.
people
We
are going
took over.
We
oh,
did, right?
No, I
Sorry.
like it. I like it.
Do you see
I
how
want
we
a
make a good
menage a
team, though?
trois with these.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah.
said. Yes.
We're
yes.
just going to take
Do
over
you,
your show.
do you see how we
Sorry.
make a good team, though?
Well, I think you two should just do it. That's what I think. I
Not
think the chemistry would
on
be
the
incredible.
show,
Not on the show.
Well, maybe. Well, all right. Turn the
No.
cameras off. No.
Not on
No.
the show. Not on the show. We'll have some wine later. Not on the show, though.
Some wine, exactly. I was
Not
going
on
to bring
the show.
wine in,
No,
and they
no,
said
no.
No.
Anyway, we got to wrap it up. George is giving me this, What? I feel
that
like
what that means?
I feel like I'm on the Oscars. Okay, I'll wrap
Yeah, right?
it up.
Wait,
Okay.
is the music
But they keep
playing?
talking, so.
Yes, and
Do you- and wait,
and
and I need to make sure that I thank my third grade teacher for doing all this stuff, and I need to.
I don't hear music.
I need to thank my fourth grade teacher, who was better than
Love
my
it.
third grade teacher.
We're done.
Love them. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hate them, but I date them. Signing out. Bye-bye.